Welcome to your Virgo daily horoscope for June 9, 2025. I'm diving deep into the celestial influences affecting your sign today, exploring how the planetary positions will shape your experiences in the coming hours. Today arrives with a fascinating cosmic tapestry for Virgos. Mercury, your ruling planet, is positioned in sensitive Cáncer, creating a notable shift in how you process information and communicate. This Monday carries the energy of deep introspection coupled with practical necessities, a combination that Virgos typically navigate with expertise. The stars suggest a day of meaningful connections and intellectual breakthroughs, though not without moments of tension requiring your famous adaptability. Let's examine the planetary influences shaping your day. Mercury in emotional Cáncer creates a bridge between your analytical mind and your often hidden emotional depths. This position enhances your intuitive understanding while making your communication style more nurturing than usual. Venus in Leo brings warmth to your relationships, but from your 12th house of the unconscious, suggesting romantic or social undercurrents may be influencing you in subtle ways. Mars in Taurus offers steady, determined energy in your 9th house of higher learning, providing stamina to pursue knowledge in practical, tangible ways that appeal to your earth sign nature. Meanwhile, the moon in Pisces activates your 7th house of partnerships, creating emotional sensitivity in one-on-one relationships. This position helps you tap into others' needs with remarkable accuracy, but may also leave you absorbing energies that aren't yours to carry. Saturn continues its long-term influence in your 6th house of daily work and health routines, bringing structure while perhaps feeling somewhat restrictive. Jupiter in Gemini brightens your 10th house of career, suggesting expansive professional opportunities that engage your intellectual curiosities. The day's energy carries a contemplative quality wrapped in practical necessity. Morning hours begin with emotional sensitivity, thanks to the Pisces moon opposing your sign. You may wake feeling more receptive than usual, perhaps even carrying dreams that seem unusually vivid or meaningful. By mid-morning, your natural Virgo efficiency begins to assert itself as the moon forms a favorable aspect to Saturn, helping you organize emotional information into concrete action steps. The afternoon brings a productive streak, particularly in projects requiring both analytical thinking and creative problem-solving. As evening approaches, energy shifts as Mercury forms a challenging aspect to Mars, potentially manifesting as mental tension or communication misunderstandings. Your patience may be tested, but your diplomatic skills will serve you well if employed mindfully. In your professional sphere, Jupiter's presence in your career sector creates expansion possibilities that align beautifully with your meticulous planning abilities. Today may bring an opportunity to showcase a project you've been developing, particularly one demonstrating your analytical prowess. Communications with colleagues take on a more nuanced quality, with Mercury in Cáncer activating your 11th house of teams. You'll find yourself naturally attuned to emotional undercurrents in professional relationships. A challenging aspect between Saturn and the Sun suggests potential friction with authority figures or established protocols. You may question procedures that seem inefficient or outdated. While your observations are likely accurate, the timing of your delivery matters significantly today. Consider documenting your insights for a more receptive moment rather than pushing against institutional resistance. For Virgos in leadership positions, today enhances your ability to combine practical direction with emotional intelligence. Your team members will respond positively to guidance acknowledging both practical needs and human concerns. This balanced approach strengthens loyalty and productivity equally. The romantic landscape carries intriguing potentials today. Venus in Leo activating your subconscious realm may draw you toward more dramatic expressions of affection than is typical for your reserved nature. For single Virgos, today highlights encounters that challenge your usual type. Someone who initially seems too unconventional might reveal qualities resonating with your deeper values. The Pisces moon encourages opening your heart beyond logical compatibility checklists. Committed Virgos experience a day of emotional depth and potential healing. Old relationship patterns, particularly involving communication styles and emotional boundaries, come up for review. There's an opportunity to express needs you've previously rationalized away or deemed unimportant. Your partner may be surprisingly receptive to these revelations, especially when delivered authentically. Family relationships benefit from your enhanced emotional intelligence. You may suddenly understand a long-standing family dynamic from a new perspective. This insight doesn't necessarily require action. Sometimes understanding itself is the gift. Friendships receive cosmic spotlight as well, with Mercury creating opportunities for meaningful conversations with those in your social circle. Your physical and mental well-being receives interesting cosmic influences today. Saturn's presence in your health house brings attention to structural elements of your wellness routine, making it an excellent day for activities promoting good posture, spine health, and joint mobility. Digestive sensitivity increases under today's lunar position. Your typically sensitive Virgo stomach may react more strongly to emotional stimuli or certain foods. Mindful eating practices serve you especially well today. Mental health receives beneficial aspects as Mercury forms a harmonious trine to Neptune, enhancing your ability to process subconscious material and find language for complex emotional states. Journaling proves particularly therapeutic today, especially if you allow yourself to write without editing or judgment. Energy levels fluctuate throughout the day, with a notable dip likely in mid-afternoon as the moon squares Mars. Rather than pushing through with caffeine or willpower, honor this natural rhythm by scheduling lighter activities during this period if possible. Financial matters take an interesting turn today, with Uranus forming a favorable aspect to Venus, potentially bringing unexpected financial opportunities through foreign connections, educational pursuits, or publishing ventures. These may not be immediately obvious as financial in nature, but carry promising long-term monetary potential. Your analytical abilities serve you particularly well in financial planning. Mercury's position enhances your capacity to see patterns in spending and saving that might normally escape notice. For Virgos considering major purchases, today's energy supports thoughtful evaluation rather than immediate acquisition. Creating a pros and cons list feels particularly satisfying and clarifying under current aspects. Collaborative financial arrangements benefit from clear communication today. Mercury helps you express financial boundaries and expectations with both firmness and empathy. Your personal development journey today centers around integrating analytical precision and intuitive understanding. With Mercury forming aspects to both Saturn and Neptune, you're being cosmically supported in building bridges between your logical mind and emotional wisdom. This integration represents a significant growth opportunity for Virgos, who sometimes prioritize rational analysis at the expense of emotional intelligence. A profound lesson available today involves releasing perfectionism in favor of meaningful progress. Saturn has been teaching you about the difference between excellence and impossible standards. Today brings a potential breakthrough in this ongoing lesson, particularly as it applies to self-judgment and internal dialogue. Notice how perfectionistic thinking actually impedes your effectiveness rather than enhancing it. For enhancing today's positive potentials, certain elements carry particularly fortunate energies. The color blue-green resonates strongly with today's Mercury-Neptune aspect and supports both clear communication and intuitive insights. Numerologically, the number 7 carries special significance for Virgos today, relating to wisdom, analysis, and spiritual insight. Among gemstones, blue lace agate carries especially harmonious vibrations for you, supporting throat chakra function, while its banded pattern symbolizes the integration of different consciousness levels. To navigate June 9th with maximum benefit, schedule detailed analysis or precise communication during morning hours when you have clearest mental energy. For important conversations with emotional components, The period between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. offers the most supportive cosmic energy. Decision-making receives more favorable aspects in the afternoon than morning, so gather information early but defer final decisions until after 3 p.m. when your intuitive and analytical faculties achieve better integration. As this day draws to a close, reflect on the unique blend of analytical clarity and emotional depth offered to you. The cosmic energies have created opportunities for integrating seeming opposites, precision and intuition, structure and flexibility, logic and feeling. This integration represents an evolutionary step on your journey toward wholeness. The seeds planted today contain significant potential for future development, requiring the patient nurturing that your Virgo nature inherently understands. Remember that your analytical gifts are not separate from your emotional wisdom. They are complementary aspects of your unique intelligence. Today's planetary positions highlight how these seemingly different modes of knowing can work in concert, creating a more comprehensive understanding than either could provide alone. Trust yourself to navigate the complexities with the adaptability and discernment that are your birthright as a Virgo. For Virgo, on June 9, 2025, the planetary positions create a fascinating cosmic landscape that directly influences your practical Earth sign energy. The Sun continues its journey through Gemini, activating your 10th house of career and public reputation. This position places significant emphasis on your professional life, bringing opportunities for recognition and advancement. The solar energy is particularly potent today, as it forms a supportive trine to your ruling planet Mercury, enhancing your communicative abilities in professional settings and allowing your natural analytical talents to shine through with remarkable clarity. Your thoughts are especially sharp, and your words carry additional weight with authority figures and colleagues alike. The Gemini Sun's influence also brings a dual nature to your public persona today, allowing you to adapt skillfully to changing professional environments and multitask with exceptional efficiency. Mercury itself occupies Cáncer during this period, nestled in your 11th house of social connections, networking, and future aspirations. This placement creates an interesting dynamic where your typically logical thought processes are infused with emotional intelligence and intuitive understanding. Today, Mercury forms a harmonious sextile with Jupiter in Taurus, expanding your capacity to communicate your ideas on a larger scale, particularly in group settings or community projects. This aspect supports networking activities and collaborative ventures, allowing you to connect meaningfully with others who share your vision for the future. Venus, positioned in vibrant Leo in your 12th house of the subconscious, spirituality, and hidden matters, brings a warm glow to your inner world today. This placement might inspire creative solutions to problems that have been developing behind the scenes. A subtle square between Venus and Uranus suggests unexpected developments in private matters or secret projects, perhaps a sudden insight or revelation regarding work you've been doing away from public view. Mars energizes Libra and your 2nd house of personal resources, finances, and values. This placement activates your financial sector, but demands balance in how you assert yourself in monetary matters. With Mars forming a challenging opposition to Neptune in your 8th house, there's potential confusion around shared resources, investments, or financial partnerships. Exercise caution with financial decisions today, particularly those involving others, as Neptune's influence can cloud judgment or present idealistic but impractical options. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunity, continues its journey through steadfast Taurus in your 9th house of higher learning, philosophy, and long-distance matters. This beneficial placement supports educational pursuits, publishing efforts, and international connections. Today's sextile with Mercury enhances your ability to communicate complex ideas and learn new subjects with remarkable ease. Saturn's position in Aries in your 8th house of transformation and shared resources brings structure and discipline to matters of joint finances, investments, taxes, and intimate partnerships. The ringed planet forms a challenging square to Pluto in your fifth house, suggesting potential power struggles between serious responsibilities and creative or romantic pursuits. This aspect requires careful navigation, particularly regarding financial investments in creative projects or resources shared with romantic partners. Uranus continues its long journey through Gemini, having recently moved into this sign and your 10th house of career. This revolutionary planet brings unexpected changes and innovations to your professional life. Today's square with Venus suggests sudden developments related to behind-the-scenes projects that could impact your career trajectory in surprising ways over the coming months. Neptune in Aries occupies your 8th house, bringing spiritual insight but also potential confusion to matters of shared resources, investments, and intimate bonds. The opposition with Mars suggests a need to balance idealism with practical action, particularly regarding financial partnerships or business alliances. Pluto, now in Aquarius in your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression, continues its transformative influence on how you express yourself and experience joy. The square with Saturn highlights tension between creative freedom and structural limitations, possibly manifesting as challenges between work responsibilities and creative pursuits. The asteroid Chiron in Taurus occupies your 9th house, bringing healing opportunities through education, philosophy, or spiritual practices. Its harmonious trine to Pluto supports deep transformative healing through creative self-expression and the pursuit of knowledge. The North Node in Pisces in your 7th house of partnerships directs your evolutionary path toward more compassionate, intuitive connections with others, encouraging you to balance your natural analytical tendencies with greater emotional awareness in relationships. For Virgo specifically, the day's most significant aspect is the trine between the Sun and your ruler Mercury, which enhances your mental clarity and communication skills. This beneficial aspect supports professional advancement through intelligent expression and analytical problem-solving. The Mercury-Jupiter sextile expands this influence, connecting your practical thinking to broader opportunities, particularly those involving groups, organizations, or technological innovation. However, the Mars-Neptune opposition suggests caution with financial decisions, especially those involving partnerships or investments. Your naturally discerning Virgo energy will serve you well in navigating this potentially confusing aspect. Trust your instincts if something doesn't seem quite right with a financial proposition or business partnership. The moon's passage through the final degrees of Aries into Taurus during this day activates first your 8th and then your 9th house, shifting your emotional focus from intense transformative energies toward more grounded philosophical contemplation as the day progresses. This lunar movement supports a shift from deep emotional processing to more practical considerations of how to expand your horizons and implement meaningful growth. June 9, 2025 presents a fascinating day for your communication style, Virgo. With Mercury, your ruling planet, positioned in expressive Gemini forming a trine with Saturn in Aquarius, your thoughts are exceptionally well-structured today. This planetary configuration gives your words additional weight and authority, allowing you to express complex ideas with remarkable clarity and precision. You'll find yourself naturally organizing information in logical patterns that others can easily follow. The moon in Scorpio today deepens your perceptive abilities, enabling you to read between the lines in conversations. You're picking up on subtle cues that others might miss: the unspoken tensions, hidden motivations, and emotional undercurrents. This makes you an exceptionally good listener today, though you may need to be mindful about probing too deeply into matters others consider private. Venus in Cáncer is activating your 11th house of social networks and group communications, softening your typically analytical approach. Your words carry unexpected warmth and nurturing energy when addressing groups or participating in team discussions. Digital communications, emails, texts, social media are particularly favored, as you're able to infuse them with both clarity and empathy. Mars, positioned in your third house of communication, is providing you with intellectual courage. Ideas you've been hesitant to express previously now seem urgent and necessary to share. There's a directness to your speech pattern today that cuts through unnecessary pleasantries. You're getting straight to the point, which some might find refreshingly honest while others might perceive as abrupt. Jupiter's influence from Gemini expands your professional communication sphere, potentially connecting you with influential individuals whose perspectives significantly broaden your own. Pay attention to conversations related to career matters. A casual exchange could contain information that proves invaluable for your professional development. Neptune's retrograde position is creating interesting effects on your one-on-one communications. There's a dreamy, somewhat idealistic quality to your interpersonal dialogues today. While this enhances creative collaborations and brainstorming sessions, it may slightly cloud precision in technical discussions. Double-check details when sharing important factual information. Pluto's transformative energy is influencing how you express your creative ideas. You're diving deeper than usual into subjects that fascinate you, and your communication style reflects this intensity. When sharing your passions or discussing creative projects, your words carry transformative power that can genuinely influence others. The North Node in Aries is pulling your communication style toward greater assertiveness and independent thinking. You may find yourself speaking up more quickly in situations where you would typically observe and analyze before contributing. This represents important growth, though it might feel somewhat uncomfortable as it challenges your methodical nature. Mercury's position in your 10th house means your words have greater public impact today. Professional communications, presentations, or any situation where you represent yourself publicly benefits from exceptional clarity and authority. People are noticing the precision of your thinking and expression, particularly authority figures and supervisors. Uranus in Taurus forms an interesting square to your ruling Mercury, adding unexpected flashes of insight to your communication style. Your typically methodical thinking process is enhanced by sudden intuitive leaps that connect seemingly unrelated concepts. This makes your contributions in brainstorming sessions particularly valuable today. For optimal communication today, focus on balancing your natural analytical precision with the emotional intelligence highlighted by the moon in Scorpio. Your strength lies in delivering complex information with both clarity and sensitivity to your audience's needs and emotional state. The 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. window looks particularly favorable for important conversations, as lunar aspects support both honesty and receptivity. If you need to have a difficult or complex discussion, aim for this time frame if possible. Your communication blind spot today may involve becoming too intensely focused on details at the expense of the broader message. The current Mercury-Jupiter aspect can cause you to over-explain or provide more information than your audience requires. Practice pausing and gauging reactions to ensure your message is being received as intended. Written communications are especially favored with Mercury's current position. If you've been meaning to update your resume, write an important email, or work on a writing project, today's energy strongly supports these activities. Your ability to organize thoughts clearly on paper or screen is exceptional. Challenging communication may arise with individuals born under mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, as they may find your precision somewhat constraining today. Approach these interactions with additional flexibility and patience. Finally, the day's overall communication theme for you centers on balancing precision with warmth. Your natural Virgo tendency toward exactitude is enhanced today, but so is your capacity for empathetic expression. When these qualities work in harmony, your words not only inform but also genuinely connect and inspire. Virgos will find June 9, 2025, particularly intriguing from a financial perspective as Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a trine with Jupiter in your 8th house of shared resources and investments. This powerful alignment opens doors for financial collaborations that may have seemed locked just days ago. The cosmic energy today encourages research and analytical thinking, your natural strengths, when applied to money matters. Look beyond surface-level opportunities to discover hidden financial potential in overlooked areas. The moon in Capricorn activates your fifth house of creativity and speculation, suggesting that calculated risks taken today could yield favorable returns in the coming weeks. However, this isn't about gambling or impulsivity. Rather, it's about applying your meticulous Virgo precision to ventures that others might consider too complex or detail-oriented. Venus, positioned in your career sector, forms a helpful aspect to Saturn, indicating that financial gains may come through professional recognition or taking on additional responsibilities that demonstrate your value to decision-makers. A conversation with a superior or mentor could reveal pathways to increase your income through specialized skills or knowledge you already possess, but haven't fully monetized. Neptune's influence today might cloud some financial details, so double-check statements, contracts, and any documents involving monetary exchanges. Your naturally detail-oriented nature serves you well here. Trust your instincts if something doesn't add up. For Virgos working in healthcare, education, or analytical fields, today marks a potential turning point for negotiating better compensation or discovering alternative revenue streams related to your expertise. Mars in your communication sector empowers you to advocate for your financial worth without the self-doubt that sometimes holds you back. Those Virgos involved in side businesses or freelance work should pay special attention to messages and inquiries today, as a seemingly minor contact could develop into a significant opportunity by month's end. The Sun's position amplifies your networking capabilities, suggesting that financial advancements may come through professional connections rather than solo efforts. Consider reaching out to colleagues who specialize in areas complementary to yours. Collaborative projects initiated now have strong financial potential. Regarding investments, today favors research over action. The information you gather now will prove invaluable when Pluto's upcoming aspect to your financial sector triggers important decisions in the next few weeks. For Virgos considering property matters, today's energy supports careful evaluation of long-term value rather than immediate returns. Some Virgos may receive news about a delayed payment or reimbursement that finally comes through, improving your immediate cash flow situation. Those of you with outstanding loans or debts will find this an opportune day to renegotiate terms or develop more effective repayment strategies. The day's numerical vibration resonates with your analytical abilities, making it excellent for budget reviews and financial planning. Unexpected expenses related to technology or communication tools might arise, but these investments will ultimately strengthen your earning capacity. Pay attention to conversations about shared economic resources or inheritance matters that may surface today. They contain valuable insights for future financial planning. Your financial intuition is heightened, allowing you to sense which opportunities align with your long-term security needs. Partnership finances appear favorable, with joint ventures showing particular promise if agreements are clearly structured and responsibilities well-defined, something that plays to your organizational strengths. For Virgos seeking employment or considering career changes, today's planetary alignments support discovering positions that better reflect your true market value. Don't hesitate to negotiate when new opportunities present themselves. The afternoon hours are particularly favorable for financial discussions or reviewing investment portfolios. Consider allocating small amounts to innovative ventures that align with your ethical values. This approach satisfies both your practical nature and growing interest in purpose-driven finances. Mercury's position also stimulates your intellectual curiosity about alternative financial systems or investment approaches. Research into sustainable investments, digital currencies, or specialized market sectors could reveal opportunities perfectly suited to your analytical mindset. The day's energy supports financial planning that integrates both immediate needs and long-term security, a balance that brings particular satisfaction to your earth sign sensibilities. As we look at Virgo's fortunate areas for June 9th, 2025, the celestial landscape offers some distinctive advantages worth noting. With Mercury, your ruling planet, forming a favorable trine with Jupiter in Earth signs, your analytical abilities are heightened and recognized by those in positions of influence. This planetary alignment particularly benefits work-related research, detailed presentations, and methodical approaches to problem solving. The workplace becomes your domain of good fortune today, especially when you're tasked with organizing information or improving systems that others have overlooked. Your ability to spot inefficiencies and implement practical solutions will not go unnoticed by supervisors or clients. Financial opportunities appear through careful analysis rather than impulse, with the moon in Taurus activating your sector of higher resources and unexpected gains. Look for fortunate developments in areas requiring precision and thoroughness. Accounting adjustments, contract negotiations, or budget reviews may reveal overlooked benefits. Venus, positioned in your house of career, forms a supportive aspect with Saturn, suggesting that professional relationships cultivated through reliable service will bear fruit today. Collaborative projects with colleagues who appreciate your attention to detail will progress smoothly, creating pathways to future advancement. Health matters also fall under today's fortunate umbrella, particularly digestive health improvements through mindful eating practices. The body's natural healing processes are enhanced when you take time for proper nutrition and brief moments of relaxation between tasks. Communications around health concerns receive favorable responses, making this an excellent day to schedule appointments or seek second opinions. In educational pursuits, your capacity to absorb and organize complex information reaches peak efficiency. If you've been struggling with a certification program or specialized training, today's energy supports breakthrough understanding, especially in technical subjects requiring methodical progression through material. Your home environment emerges as another fortunate area, particularly for organizing spaces or implementing systems that improve daily efficiency. Household members are more receptive to your suggestions for improvement and may actively participate in creating more functional living arrangements. Personal relationships benefit from your practical expressions of care today. Offering specific help rather than general support will strengthen bonds and generate appreciation. The digital realm also offers fortunate opportunities, with online research yielding valuable information that others have missed. Your natural filtering ability helps separate useful facts from distractions, potentially leading to discoveries that benefit your long-term goals. For maximum benefit, focus your energy on tasks requiring precision, organization, and improvement rather than entirely new ventures. The universe rewards your natural Virgo talents today, making refinement and enhancement your pathways to good fortune. On June 9th, 2025, Virgos find themselves at a fascinating social crossroads as Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in your 11th house of friendships and community. This powerful alignment opens extraordinary channels for meaningful social connections today. You'll likely notice your natural analytical abilities are complemented by an unusual surge of outgoing energy, making this an ideal day to expand your social circle and strengthen existing relationships. The precision in your communication that Virgos are known for becomes your greatest social asset today. People are drawn to your thoughtful insights and practical advice. Unlike your typical preference for one-on-one interactions, you might surprise yourself by thriving in group settings today. The moon in Libra activates your second house, bringing a desire to connect with others who share your values and creating a sense of social security that isn't always present in your daily experience. Venus, currently in Cáncer, forms a sextile to your sun sign, softening your sometimes critical nature and enhancing your empathetic qualities in social situations. This makes today exceptionally favorable for reconciliations, if there have been any misunderstandings with friends recently. The current Neptune position creates a dreamy atmosphere around your social interactions, potentially blurring boundaries between professional colleagues and personal friendships. For coupled Virgos, this is an excellent day to socialize as a pair, as your partner will appreciate your more outgoing demeanor. Single Virgos might find romantic possibilities through mutual friends or social gatherings. Pay particular attention to connections made through intellectual or service-oriented activities. Mars in Gemini energizes your 10th house, suggesting that networking today could have unexpected professional benefits. Don't dismiss casual conversations, as they may lead to important opportunities later. Saturn's position reminds you to maintain appropriate boundaries even as you expand your social horizons. Your naturally discerning nature serves you well here. Not every new connection needs to become an intimate friendship. The 11th house Jupiter influence particularly highlights benefits from connections with people from different cultural backgrounds or with educational experiences different from your own. These individuals may offer perspectives that complement your methodical approach